Hello and welcome to another tutorial video. Today we are going to be looking at material that will supplement the Unit 12 in the Level 9 Celebrate Theory or Celebrate Harmony book published through the Royal Conservatory of Music. And this specific topic will be related to applied dominants, applied dominant chords, or also known as tonicization. And this is part one of a series of tutorials. What we're going to be doing today is to discuss how we can create a specific dominant chord outside of a key center. So let's say we're in the scale of A flat major. That scale, of course, includes the four flats. And if we think of the fifth note of that scale, we count up, we would land on E flat. And if we create the E flat major triad, and also add a minor seventh, the notes we have are E flat, G, B flat, and D flat. And those notes would be considered to be spelling the dominant seventh chord in the key of A flat major. We've talked about dominant chords before, dominant seventh chords, and also inversions of dominant seventh chords in other tutorial videos. Now what we're going to be doing today is speaking about how to create a dominant chord that is related to a dominant of a specific key. So in other words, if we were to choose to stay in the scale of A flat major, play the fifth note, and think of that key, if we count up 5 notes from E flat, we land on B flat. And if we think of the E flat major scale, and then play the dominant chord of that key, which would be B flat, D, F, A flat, then in relation to the key of A flat major, the notes of B flat, D, F, and A flat would be the dominant of the dominant note, or also known as 5 of 5. Now this is a very interesting idea because composers really start to want to create interesting chords, but without having to change key or to modulate, which is a totally different topic, which we'll speak on in another tutorial. Today, what we're doing is creating a new tonic, if we were, which basically means that we can use any chord in a scale and create a dominant of that chord, which is what I just demonstrated. How we took the fifth note of A flat major, which is E flat, G, B flat, and then thought of that as the tonic just for a short little bit, and then thought of the dominant note of E flat major, which brings us to B flat, D natural, F, and A flat, which is the dominant of the dominant. Now, if I were to share my screen here, we can see that this particular pattern actually is written here. Scale of A flat major, 4 flats. In this case, this is a very famous piece by Mr. Beethoven. The chord progression continues all the way until we see this highlighted material here where it says V4-3, or the second inversion dominant seventh chord of 5. And then right afterwards, we go directly to the 5 chord, or the dominant chord, right there. So you can see how the secondary dominant, or the tonicized dominant chord, follows directly, leads directly into the chord that it's decorating. So a secondary dominant, or a 5 of something, cannot be written by itself, at least in our context. What actually happens is this is a decoration of a particular chord, and then the chord that it's decorating actually follows directly after. Let me play this example so you can hear what I mean. So you can hear how V4 3 of 5 going to 1, to 5, which is also 5 to 1 in the key of E flat major. So this is a very fancy chord pattern that is what we call an applied dominant. So when a chord assumes the role of a temporary tonic, this harmonic procedure is called tonicization. And the final chord in measure 3 right here, again, works with a D natural to like change chromatically, so just change for a short time the definition of this chord. That's where the D natural is so important, because then for this little small segment, we are temporarily in the key of E flat major, but we actually haven't changed keys. We're just using chromatic notes to change the chords. And then that leads towards the chord of E flat major in the next bar. Now this sound really creates a beautiful, intricate way of playing, because without changing key, the chord changes happen fairly quickly, and they turn the ear towards the beauty of the very diverse, short-lived colors that can occur. So I do hope this information is helpful, and I look forward to seeing you for another tutorial very soon. Take care for now.